My name is Manny Vivar, CEO of HostDime. Today I want to talk about what is HostDime's initiative and vision for a very long time. HostDime has been around since 2003, and we were around as a data center infrastructure provider way before it became more mainstream and became more of a cloud topic. So a little history obviously on how that has become an evolution of our industry. I would say about 10 years ago, when you look at data center infrastructure around the world, 80% of it was probably concentrated in the US. We've continued to see a drop in that every year. Why? Because essentially more and more countries are establishing and building infrastructure, and HostDime has been one of those companies. Why has that been important to us? Simply for one reason: adopting cultural reasons to do business with people in these countries, but also adapt and reduce latency initiatives. It's very well known that if you have essentially your data center infrastructure on US but you're in another country, there's added latency. Speed of light can only travel so fast. So essentially we identified that a very long time ago as the penetration and the utilization of an internet user around the globe has increased. Essentially we have a larger adoption of internet users in the world, which they mean they need to access the data. So we identified that a long time ago, and we have built data centers in South America, in Central America, in North America, and we have infrastructure in Europe, in APAC, in all those countries for that reason. We want to give our clients options to have options to where they want to put their data. So let's talk a little bit about the regions that we are at, specifically the region in Colombia. So when you look at the adoption between data centers, essentially consumption of users of their data in US data centers, latency is an issue. But more importantly, also we're seeing a huge shift of regulations by these countries that are requiring data to be in the country. So that's one of the main reasons we had an initiative to build a data center in Colombia. We want users to have the option to have the data locally, reduce latency, and also possibly abide by regulatory reasons and laws that require the data to be in the country. Another reason, obviously, to have global data centers is for high availability and dispersion. We're one of the very few companies in the world that have data center infrastructure in very unique markets that allow clients to have a full failover to another country. At this point, data centers within the country can have redundancy, but no better redundancy could there be of a whole failover to another country, and clients can do that with us. That's another advantage. I know there's a big narrative in the industry, especially in the media, of why are we building data centers when the data centers are being eaten up by the clouds? I think it's very important to know that the media and their narrative are not clearly identifying what sort of data centers are they essentially talking about. Most large corporations and companies have built data centers historically, so the narrative is not being clear that those data centers are the ones that are dying. Data centers are the infrastructure and the back end of the cloud, which is massively adopted now. That cannot physically go away because that's essentially where everything lives. So to have these data centers essentially allows these clouds to be even a part of the infrastructure. No matter how much technology evolves, data centers will always be the back end, the backbone of all technology evolution. And that is the main reason why we have continued to build data centers and will continue to build data centers in key markets to allow our clients to consume and have options of where to put their data, and also to have a high availability and redundancy through these areas. But those are the reasons why we continue to invest and will continue to invest in data centers, because they will forever be the foreseeable future, the back end, no matter how fast technology evolves.